I bet you were wondering, where the heck is Thursdage? Well, wouldn't you know it, the very moment that we were set to go, the internet at the place that I'm visiting pooped out. But it appears to be back and strong enough to maintain connection. So we shall see. Now, if I should just vanish out of nowhere, you know what happens then?
I think I know.
You do know. The necessary paperwork has been filed. The next in line of succession to tackle Thursdage head on would be none other than the Duke. Hi, Duke.
Hi there.
Now, do you like being called, can I call you Dukey?
You may call me Dukey.
I like it. It's kind of cute.
It is
adorable. Can you hear us? Let us know. Because I'm not taking anything for granted. I'm just not. You know what's interesting, Duke? I'm gonna show. It's a mystery.
Show me a mystery.
So if you see, let's see, if you look at our cover image for today's show, The Rise of the Arbiters.
Who are the Arbiters?
We're looking down into the gullet.
Yes.
Now listen, you may be tuning in and you're like, what are they babbling about? What in the world could they possibly be on about? Well, here's the deal. Once upon a time, all Troy wanted to do was create a battle map. I went and purchased some map, what do they call those? Brushes for Photoshop that are various kinds of maps and from fantasy maps and science fiction maps and all I wanted to do was create a battle map. And then somebody had to go and bring up kaiju.
Well, sometimes kaiju are necessary.
So much like a kaiju out of control, rampaging through the city, destroying things hither and yon, the kaiju, so the battle map became a kaiju map, like it was sort of like maybe we're battling on or in the kaiju. And it just ballooned from there. It was like one of those, like in Germany, when they roll those snowballs down the hill and they get larger and larger and larger and they turn into giant, marauding concepts.
That's how you get an avalanche.
Yeah, that's right. An avalanche. I like that. And that's how Duke likes to get around town when it's snowy, right? You just sort of run backwards on a big old snowball, and
definitely.
And you go to the village square, where you all have a ceremonial venting of the violations. But
it is impeccable how aware you are of German proceedings in my area.
I've had a schnitzel or two. But so now this thing has developed into it's not a battle map. I mean, it's not just a battle map. It's a giant behemoth of a dragon, a cosmically large being that has crashed into this planet and has left almost world-ending destruction as it impaled itself on this planet. And the citizens of the world, the ones that survived this cataclysm, split, factioned up. One group went up to the icy spines of this very tall mountain, and the other went into the maw of the dragon, the mouth. So large was this mouth, this cavernous space, that they could build a whole city in there, carved their homes into the teeth with all kinds of rope bridges and some steam cyberpunk kind of stuff as well, right? I mean, we've got
Yeah.
a whole system of harnessing the venting steam as it's, but here's the thing. They don't believe that it's alive. The citizens don't.
They all think it's just a very unique geological formation that helps them.
Yeah, exactly.
In their daily proceedings.
Hey, Shadowcat, I would love that. Shadowcat, that's very interesting. We don't have a name for the world yet. The world itself. We haven't picked that yet. And that is very interesting because it dovetails nicely in today's topic. But just to make sure that I'm clear on all the details, we have two of these, they're massive cities. Now, one of them, the one that's in the mouth, is Fornax, and that's really the domain of you, right, dude?
Me.
Yeah.
It is my domain. I like it moist and warm.
Oh boy. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Steam harnessed and all of that, stuff. Emphasis on the harness, I suppose, but it's very much about. It's very much a if we're talking a tale of two cities, the Etheria, which we need to probably rename that, but Etheria is this stoic, cold place where they take things very seriously up in Etheria.
Very gothic.
Yeah, exactly. And in the Fornax, they might be just a little more, laid back. They like to take their mild hallucinogenic lichens that glow in the cavernous maw. And whereas the folks up top, the ones up in the icy spires, they're pretty darn serious. It's certainly more dangerous. You wouldn't see a bunch of Fornaxian, loungewear up there. They are wearing pelts and furs, and they've got some, flying creatures and all kinds of madness. There is a weird unifying element, though. A couple of them, actually. One is the Cabal. Now, the Cabal is a generations-old group of people hiding a big secret. And the secret that they're hiding is that in both cities, they're actually working together behind the scenes and sort of creating these false, these fake sort of threats of war and skirmishes and things in order to throw people off what they're really actually doing. And every year there's a ice celebration, and then there's also a fire celebration, in Fornax. But what they're doing, this Cabal, is they're training the life force of the citizens of these cities in order to keep the dragon in a deep slumber. See, they know it's a real dragon, and they don't want, it may have destroyed civilization as they knew it, but they kind of like the setup now. They feel very content. They fight for it, and opposing them, the cultists. They believe the dragon is alive. They think that, and they're aware to a certain degree of some of the stuff that the Kabbalists are up to, but they are. And so they're fomenting rebellion. They're disrupting events. They're doing everything they can because they believe, at all costs, this being should be freed from its magical shackles and set free, even if that means the destruction of their world again, as they know it.
It's such a magnificent being that their lives are insignificant opposed to them.
And how could we be so brazen as to imprison a being of such clear and, it is evolved beyond their, understanding or ability to understand. And so why would they do this? And they feel the calling to release this creature, and there's intrigues, and there are people who, members of the cult that are infiltrated certain circles of, city, business, governance, market, all of the, the bazaars and markets that goes on. And basically they're there to try to really make things difficult. And then there's another group.
Mhm.
This is a strangely cute but humanoid race of dragon-like creatures, and they're kind of cute, but they don't talk, and they have become in this sort of symbiotic relationship with the citizens of both Fornax and Etheria. They're the helpers.
They help out where they can. They are the shepherds.
They're the shepherds. They're there to help raise the children. They're there to catch somebody if they should fall. They're there to cook some food and help prevent.
Delve into the depths of the mountain.
Yeah, that's right. To pull up, resources and unique sort of elements that are magical and beautiful and weird and strange and all these things. But they don't talk. And every once in a while, they'll just stare into the distance, the 1,000-yard stare, and they'll make a noise. What's the noise? Something like coodle-doo, coodle-doo. No, it's yeah, that's it. This low monotonous hum.
It's like a weird hum.
They do it in unison, and then they stop and go on about their way. Very strange. Now, we have been in the process of having these plans and conversations, but we also were keeping a secret. It was something we were going to reveal at the big surprise, but
we got thwarted.
We got scooped by none other than Paul Rua, that ne'er-do-well, that creative monster.
He took it away from us.
He did. He said verbatim in chat, he said, what if they were all being tricked and the dragon was enticing the humans to come and settle on and in its body because it was hibernating, and when it woke up, it needed a snack.
Both physically and spiritually.
Exactly. What if the dragon, with all of its magic, is really tricking the humans into thinking they're going to these great lengths to siphon off the energies and keep the dragon asleep? And the dragon's like, yeah, sure, but I'm actually, you're the dum-dums. And
he's playing everyone.
Speak of the devil, and he shall pop in and make your story better or scoop you.
We know.
And it turns out that these darling little dragonlings, these little humanoid dragon creatures that don't speak, are essentially drones of the dragon's bidding. They're the dragon. And every once in a while, when they go and do that 10,000-yard stare, there's some communication going between them, and they're uploading or downloading or preparing or doing a bunch of stuff. Now, it's a little unusual to write I will say this, it's very unusual to create a battle map like this. You know what I forgot to say as well, just I want to make sure credit where credit is due. Etheria is being coordinated by our good friend, what's his face? Ren LeBeau.
Ren LeBeau.
And Ren's has welcomed a new member to their family very, very recently. And so them and their partner are really spending some time, putting all the things together and doing the things that you do when you welcome a new life into your home. And was really excited to hear that, and our love and best wishes to, hopefully maybe at some point parents can get some sleep. I hear that it just doesn't happen after the new one has come into your world, but Ren will be back and we'll tackle some of that stuff. Let's just say there's no shortage of content for us to talk about and discover. But today, so it brings us to this very moment. This is what we're calling the rise of the Arbiters.
The Arbiters.
Yeah, so you've got me, and I'm kind of the disembodied, I'm like the dragon and you're all in my mouth.
Yes.
But, we've got Duke and Ren. They're bringing their extensive experience, and we're also, of course, basing this all on the adventure game engine. but there's one group that we haven't necessarily developed to the best, to the highest of their potential, and that's the Arbiters. And Duke, I mean, we know who the Arbiters are. I don't think the Arbiters do, but do you want to tell them?
I think the Arbiters are the ones listening and watching right now and in the chat.
It's you.
It's you.
Yeah, and so we wanted to spend this episode making sure that we have buttoned up all of the places where you can engage and dive in to vote and help us make a decision or help steer the direction of the story. In the write-up, I talked about how powerful the Arbiters are, and the reality is that they're pretty powerful because it's you. You get to, we are, for instance, the name of this world. We need to figure that out. And, what we'll do is we'll be running polls through Discord. We'll be having discussions. We'll be having conversations and opportunities to weigh in on things over in the think tank. They will be opportunities that are tied together. That's right. Stan says the Arbiter is coming from inside the house.
No!
Paul, it's good to see you, though. I'm glad you're here. And so, yeah, so that's what we're doing. Now, for those of you who are not up on your Green Ronin news, the Grad Discord, once the Green Ronin All Ages Discord is now the Green Ronin Atomic, don't say it, Atomic Assembly. I said it before you did. The Atomic, I felt it coming from your brain. The Atomic Assembly Discord. And it's an official, it was always lovely and always as about official as it gets, because our other Discord was, a little bit of a ghost town. But here we are. Yeah. So here we are. We are integrating all the Mutants Masterminds conversations into that space. We're running, we just did an evening discussion with Ian and talked about The Expanse and all that good stuff. And so Duke just dropped a link to the Grad. Now we're going to be looking in the Grad as we sort of build out some of these things. And here's what we need from chat. I want to know, what are some things that you hope to see as mechanisms, like, for instance, polling, that kind of stuff? What are some, do you want to have an opportunity to write something? Do you want to create an NPC as individuals and then submit them and have them be judged? Or, right? Yeah, we can pass it. Exactly. Or, what are some ways that you see yourself interfacing with the mechanisms that'll make the decisions? Let's see. Tempo says, Arbiters, are they behind literally every move that all the villains make? Kind of. I mean, so an Arbiter really is just the decision maker. Arbitration, choosing, rendering judgment. And this is, that's right. This also, maybe it is the creation of evil NPCs feeding people ice cream in the hopes that they get a brain freeze in their villainous
It was us, the Arbiters, who orchestrated everything, including the brain freeze you got from the ice cream there. Yeah, something like that.
I love that. You know who you sound like? You sound a little bit like the Ice King.
Oh, okay.
Great character. Yeah, but you're like the ice cream there. But that's the big premise. And so we use this time to say, hey, tell us, how much do you want to influence things and how big of a piece of the pie do you want? The idea here is that we're developing this adventure game engine setting, and we're going to be stealing and have stolen already from all of the other Age games, their mechanisms and such.
Obviously.
We even invited one Malcolm Shepard to come and give us some advice at the beginning of all this, and we'll bring him back to kind of take a deep look at what we've done and to judge us and let us know where things might be a little hinky or where we could maybe focus and sort of do something a little more interesting. But the end of all this is going to be, we're going to publish through the AIDS Creators Alliance, and we're all going to get credits.
Definitely. Pennies are upon us. Pennies, I tell you.
Yeah, we are going to be literally tens of cents richer. All of us. And who knows? Who knows? I have no idea. But I will
Enough
say
for some ice cream.
enough for some ice cream, at least a tiny brain freeze. Tempo says, thanks for the voice work.
Well, you're welcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Duke is nothing if not evocative. You have put together. So one of the things we want to do is start with the Discord, right?
Yes, I think we start with the Discord.
Yeah. Let's do that. And so
Okay,
here,
so
yes, go for it.
So we have a couple things going on. So what we first need will be your general input, like general ideas, names, maybe a little concepts. We will have questions that you should answer. But this is happening in the special place that we have, that is inside the GR official live streams subsection, the Slumberer's Burden, which we will rename to the Arbiter's Den, or what?
The Hall of
do we want
Arbiters,
it?
maybe?
The Hall of Arbiters. I will do that right now, actually. I will rename this the Hall of Arbiters.
Yeah.
The Hall of Arbiters. And boom, it's done. It is called the Hall of Arbiters, under which you will find the Slumberer's Burden post. We have talked about this one a while before. A couple of you are already there and have started showing things. Ren was in there showing some pictures from games he was inspired by. And
Did I
we
pin
want you...
the documents in here too? The design doc?
You can pin anything in
No,
there.
I think
as well,
I'm
yes.
wondering if I did.
Let me check the pins. Nope, you didn't.
Okay. I will do that as well.
Yeah, scroll through if you link them, and if you link them, then you can pin them.
Yeah. What's that? Sorry, scroll up. I just want to see what some of these attachments are. I thought I put them all in here, but maybe I did not.
Yeah, to put the story one and the city
Okay, I did. Yeah, they're in
sheet
there.
for Fornex in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, great. So those
Okay,
documents are
so-
the ones that they're the living design documents, and they're
Exactly.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome to peruse these, read these through. We will update them occasionally with stuff we decided upon, or we have a section where we are unsure. Maybe we'll find it in there. And we would invite you to come to that channel and give us the answers to the questions we ask you, like on the stream.
Yeah.
And once we have collected a couple answers that we think makes sense, we will have a prejudgment going on of we will not have a character called Boaty McBoatface in there. I'll tell you that right from the get-go.
Now you've activated all the ne'er-do-wells.
Yep, I know. But we need them as well. Maybe they come up with something cool. But once we have collected all these different ideas and pre-selected a couple, and maybe had our own ideas that we need selection from, obviously, then we will go to the area that is called the community polls. It's inside the Grand Auditorium. And there you can't talk, you cannot type there, but we will put up polls on there. Right now there's a test poll. You can decide what you had for dinner, if it was pasta, cheese, or wilty lettuce. Please choose now. And we will usually keep up these polls for a week, because that's the area of time between each show. And then we will probably, that's a suggestion from me right now, right out of the back of my head, that we will then present the choices that were made throughout the week on the following show to establish them as reality as it is then at the moment. Yeah. And so there will be like maybe a couple polls at one time going on, maybe just one. It depends on how things go. And after things have been chosen, they will wander over into the living document as the new reality. And then we will adjust things around these choices, because they might change things that we've had ideas about previously, but we'll adjust things so that it all fits together well. And doing this over and over and over again will, in the end, result in hopefully a very neat setting that we can put on the ACA.
Absolutely. And so I'm dropping in chat right now a link to the premise document. And here's the thing. The more engaged you are, the more connected you are to this endeavor, the more access you will unlock for yourself as an individual. For instance, maybe we'll set it up so that you have commenting privileges, or maybe we'll create a document where you get to submit something a little bit more substantial. One of the things that, aside from demanding that we have an ice cream party at Gen Con, this isn't lactose-free ice cream, those fiends. Yeah, I will tell you that the last thing that Duke or Ren or I want is a convention with a bunch of people eating ice cream that are lactose intolerant. I mean,
no, nobody wants that. No, please.
No, yeah. I mean, although it is shades of the way that Indianapolis already smells, I'm not super down with exacerbating the scenario. But I'm interested in. So one of the things that I love in the comments, we've got lots of folks asking great questions in chat, but also in Discord, talking about possibilities, and that's how we got outed in the first place. Through a conversation in chat. I would love to see folks that want to sort of maybe create an NPC, and maybe the Duke has a need for something special, a certain kind of ritual or a meeting kind of construction. It could be a lot of different things. And we want to see you contribute in that way. But I think too, when we talk about, I love this. I didn't even think about that. There could be a very delicious delicacy of spine cream. No, that's not good. I'll have to workshop that with spine cream. Yes, absolutely. Tainted ice cream for all. And
spine cream is great, by the way, but you
yeah, no, it's gross. Maybe that seems like something you would buy at the pharmacy. Not really the vibe we're going for.
It's all for ingestion.
So in thinking about the name of the world, how should we go about this? Should we take some of the suggestions from chat?
I think if people would put ideas in the chat now, and also bother to put these ideas into this document, into the channel in Discord, that would be great. So we have like a more narrowed area where things happen.
For now, let's have them do it in chat, and then let's create the poll.
Oh, sure. Let's look like that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, everybody find a world name that is cool, evocative, somehow weird, something nice.
I mean, so what are you thinking about as far as the governance for this? One of the things is we don't really know. We're utilizing Fantasy Age for this, which generally sticks to a kind of a fantasy theme. But what was the world like before? And this is all speculation. What could the world have been like before the dragon hit?
I think since this is such a cosmic dragon, such a big entity that crashed on that planet, that it would be the equivalence of like a killer asteroid, basically. But because it didn't crash in there with the speed an asteroid would crash into a planet, because that would just destroy everything, including the dragon. It probably devastated a large area of land and made it uninhabitable for like a couple hundred years.
Right.
And also ravaged a lot of the other environments around on this planet, because shifts in weather, in like wind stuff, maybe there was fire, tsunamis, all there was an era of terror and horror and environmental disdain.
And small pockets of these, we'll say humans for lack of a better name for the race of people. But yeah, that a very small group like made it out alive. Maybe they were, I don't know, hiding in a cave or various nooks and crannies on the planet, and that's what then populated the dragon's mouth and butt.
Intelligent species are like cockroaches. They never go away, really. Like in toto, there will always be pockets and stuff, and also around the planet there will probably have been like more protected areas that weren't as affected as others. So there will always be like little nooks and crannies of civilization that survived.
Because of the topography of the land, it didn't get quite as ruined. But Shadowcat asks, what would happen to the water on the flat world? I think that when the dragon hit, it was so powerful that maybe the planet lost a little bit of its atmosphere, that it shot plumes of like volcanic activity and water, and because it hit hard, and maybe there could even be some folk stories and songs that are sung around the campfire at night about the great destruction and the journey to find a safe place to rebuild that they discovered and were so blessed to have found. Little do they know generations later that they're actually their dinner. But I can see that happening, and I would love to be able to pick a good name for this world that would sound good in a jaunty dirge about the destruction of generations of people and the wholesale destruction of the major cities and all the things, the world as they knew it. And that's the idea as well, that the Fornax and Etheria are like generations and are we thinking hundreds or thousands or of years ago?
I think the crash of that dragon was probably a couple thousand years ago.
That's what I'm thinking.
And it took at least 1,000 years for things to settle in a way that like nature could reclaim these areas and things become more or less stable again. And that's when civilization kind of restarted. Then eventually people came to this super devastated area and found this area where the dragon now is.
And I think we know now that they were called to the dragon. And maybe part of this too was a plan that this dragon knew, like, I need to disrupt what's going on this planet enough that I can get this ragtag group of remainder humans to crawl into my mouth and build a home.
Exactly.
And this is an interesting question too. Would the big cosmic dragon be psychic? Absolutely.
Yes,
that it's
absolutely
100%.
Yeah.
It's actually using its psychic powers to entice the populace to do what they're doing, but there is a little twist here. Think of Magneto's helmet. There being an ore on the planet that people can incorporate or have incorporated into their into a helm that cuts off psychic communication with the dragon. And we even talked about exploring the notion of when one of these drones are no longer attached to the mothership, what are they? Do they have sentience? Do they, just a very interesting thing to unpack.
The base idea was that at some point one of the shepherds got disconnected by what means we don't know yet, but they realized that what was happening was wrong, and before the collective, so to say, could reintegrate them or destroy them, they fled outside of the influence area, of the general influence area of that dragon, and started gathering people to oppose this. I called this the Pragmatherium because they're pragmatists. They want the dragon dead.
Went and that's right. We talked about this. Went and now works for this other third group, which is what was left of the citizenry that didn't crawl into the dragon's mouth for whatever
Exactly.
reason,
Other people from outside that did not come under the influence of the dragon and did not decide to live on it or near it.
Yeah, because of some mineral or some kind of or something that they incorporate into their, I don't know, their fedoras.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some might also just be naturally immune to psychic things. We will figure that out.
Yeah.
And there are probably different things that could shield you from that, like either natural immunity or some sort of or some other thing.
I do. David Bullock mentions pheromone breath weapon.
No.
Which, I mean, so here's what's interesting is that the dragon is emitting all kinds of gases. I think too that I could imagine, what if part of this, when you are one of these, we need to name the race of dragonling little friends. As far as what their actual race is.
They're just called the shepherds. Yeah,
they should.
They're just called the shepherds. And
they should. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. We're talking over each other. I'm so sorry. But the idea I think we established was that they are mutated people. That early on people went into the gullet and somehow got changed and came back as these shepherds, by design from the dragon, unrecognized by their fellow peers because they were changed so much and because they were brainwashed basically at that point. They established like a new subspecies that gathered people into the maw, into the gullet to be changed, and then also that there was probably some procreation going on. Who knows? But
or at the very least, what they're doing is creating the most comfortable space to thrive and to grow, because they're essentially gardening. They are gardening people.
They're gardening people. That's
it
true.
Could be kind of interesting if those dragonlings had a breath weapon that was a sort of calm, or it incited people to have a feeling, emotions.
I think that would be cool. That not just the dragon, but they themselves have
as
this kind
of essentially drones.
Have them that they have some like a breath weapon, but this isn't what controls them. This is what sets the environment to be easily controlled.
That's right. Giving them
it's
some
just
comfort,
easing people in by lowering inhibitions and lowering like the protective layers of whatever people are doing.
Or even like in the case of Etheria, heightening concern and heightening, feeding the opposition and creating this sort of like stoicism.
Definitely.
Yeah, kind of a mood enhancer or de-enhancer, as you will. All right, so we've got some ideas for names. Let's see, we've got some really good ones here. Draconic Sherbet, that's one. Spine Cream, vote for Spine Cream. We've got Flat, just Flat.
It's called Flat. Okay.
David Bullock says Bob. Name it Bob. And San says the Planetary Belch, which maybe he's talking about the big disruption on planet Flat. And now Tempo says Altonin. Altynyn. Altonin.
Eltonin or Eltinen?
Or Altinen, yeah. Or Altinine. Or
Altinine. Eltonin.
Let us know, Tempo. Is it Altonin or is it Altiainen or whatever? And then
Zenido, also nice.
The what? Nininu? Oh, Zenido. I was like, I don't say Nininu. But Tempo, says Zenido. I kind of like that one too. I like them both. Let's see. Paul Rua suggests Baby Yoda. It could make for an interesting civilization difference. Foreign Axians living exposed to the breath of the dragon can make them fundamentally different to the Ethereans. So yes, that's the truth. That is definitely true. A Jagar, is it a Yagar or is it a Jagger? Like a Jagger? Like a Jaguar? When giant dragon wake up at any time and literally toss the whole world and everyone and everything on it off. Yeah. Clever. So there's at least three pretty good suggestions. I think a few people could be keepers of some parasite called keepers attached to them. Oh, I do like that. We have talked about, we will devote a longer show to the bestiary part of this, but we've got some creatures that have kind of been thumbnails sketched out, but think gassy, sort of, what do we call them? They're
Which one?
the tardigrades. Think of little farty tardigrades, cute and friendly, and then floaty sort of jellyfish.
The little one that were like parameciums. I forgot how we wanted to call them. I think you wrote it down.
I did write it down, and I did provide the link a little earlier. But it's Nanu is what Shadow Cat suggests.
Nano.
To that I say Shazbot. Let's see. Paul says, I like the idea of the world's name reflecting the project's origins as a battle map. I sure like the little nods to the process. What if we called it Rendukia?
Rendukia. Nice.
Yagar is just Hindi for dragon, by the way. Oh, okay. I know I like that. These are fun little bits. Paul says, as someone who loves a pun, I kind of love the idea of the name being kind of inside joke for the arbiters. Yeah. I like it too. I think we're getting closer. So right now it looks like we've got 4 different sort of interestingly sounding names. But I feel like we're almost there, and those are definitely worthy of a vote. But I think we could do a little better. I think we could not so much better as in a little more fitting. Though of course, a jaguar as being the name dragon in
Hindi. That's interesting.
Hindi.
Though I'm not sure if we want like to us exotic sounding languages as a base for something that has nothing to do with its origin culture.
I kind of agree with that.
That seems a little icky. Not that I don't like it. I like the idea, but I think it has some implications that might be seen weird, and I'm not sure if that's
I also think that with such a rich background to mine from, like the origins of the project, the nature of that some kind of an inside joke that sort of breaks the fourth wall a bit, to me feels closer to it, but also I'm okay if we borrow acknowledgingly and with deference and explanation a beautiful word from Hindi, just making sure that we recognize and give credit where credit's due. But I think that is, if we fell in love with the word because it was just so perfect, we do the background. But I feel I can't help but feel like we could get a little more creative with this one.
Oh, definitely. I like a lot of these suggestions, and I would love if I don't know if Tempo is on the grad yet, because I think I haven't seen him, at least not with his name yet. Tempo, could you confirm if you are on the grad and what's your handle there, so we recognize each other?
Yeah, exactly.
And throw all of this in the channel, please. That would be awesome.
Well, yeah. So we're gonna do it in chat, and then we're gonna create the poll. That's what.
Oh right, you're right. I always forget. Sorry.
But that doesn't stop people from going in there and providing some recommendations. Yes. But we'll be taking the suggestions from chat. Paul says maybe something which refers to Nidhogg, the dragon who lives at the roots of
Yggdrasil. The world tree.
Yggdrasil, which you use on your athlete's foot.
Apply directly to the forehead. No, it's
that's right.
That's a world, the world tree from Norse mythology. It's pretty cool. Like the worm of the earth makes sense in that regard, because it is a worm that is literally lodged into the earth. So I don't hate that one.
Yeah.
It's kind of fitting. So let's put a.
How about Lu, which is Mongolian for dragon? Also, my grad is on Discord, right? Yes, that's right. That's right. Can you drop that link again?
The Discord link, yes, sure.
Yeah.
I'll have to see if I have it in my clipboard right now. Yep, I do.
I do it myself. I'm just afraid that if I add one more bit of data to my internet situation, that it'll blow up in my face.
Things will just explode.
That's right.
Oh no.
There we go. Yeah, click on that if you are. And guess what, friends? If you're watching on demand, which if you are, no doubt you've already given us all your thumbs, and you have written a kind comment, or you have shared the link with a friend or family member. You know who would really love to see this? Oh,
Your
grandma.
mom.
Or your mom even. I was thinking of grandma. Like, just, does grandma even understand what your TTRPG joys are? And if not, age is really just a number of dice that you roll to see if you win or lose or get the stunt points. And the point of all this is spread the love. And I'm certain we're both very charming individuals. We would charm a granny in half. Soon we're going to have the cadre of grannies with all their dragon name ideas. But yeah, share with a friend. And then also make sure that if you're listening on demand, that you spend a little time looking at the live chat. That'll be just in the upper right corner, right next to the live video that you are now looking at with our buddy Duke's a handsome face. And so
Yes,
there's always great stuff going on in the chat, so you don't want to miss that. Well, Shadowcat, I'm very sorry, and maybe we can name the planet in memory of your dearly departed grandmother. My grandmother, who is also departed, her name was Aura.
Ooh, that's a nice name. My grandma, who also recently passed away, was Edith.
Edith. Maybe we try to string all of our grandmothers' names together and create a planet name from it.
Ooh, okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
All right, listen to this, Paul Rua. Shame. But it will be gradual. And so would this world be a part of the 9 realms? The 9 realms of what? Because my response to that is 9. Which, as you know, is no in German, which I heard quite a bit when I was there.
You didn't ask the right questions.
Marion, Aura, and what did you say your grandmother's name was?
Edith.
Marie de Thorian.
Yeah, something.
Marie de Thorian. Sure. Okay, why not? As a suggestion, as something for people to vote on.
Sure. Let's begin the polling creation process.
Do it. Okay, so I think that we want to. I'm going to scroll back in time. So, Chad, I won't see you right away, but I will look. What have we got here? We talked about Flat and Bob, which I think we were warming up. We'll call those warm-up guesses or thoughts or kind of contributions. And we'll go with the ALTNYN.
Wait, what? Sorry, I wasn't...
Altonin.
Okay. 1 second, I'm just typing the question out, and I wasn't listening.
No worries. Yeah, no worries.
Be called... ? Okay, so what should the world of the Slumberer's Burden be called? Let's start with Altonin.
Love it.
Altonin.
And then we have...
Zenido. This goes for a week. And we need another answer.
There's also this one. I think we should use it. I mean, we should... why not?
Nano, okay.
Yeah, we'll put that in there. And Nanu, which no, and let's
Like
see.
like something like if we don't take Nidhogg verbatim, but maybe like a variation of that.
Yeah.
Like spelling it a little different so that people who know, but it's also its own thing.
Yeah, I like that. And it could be a name that originated in some adequately tropical or otherwise sort of apt.
How about look? Can you read the thing I typed there?
Can I? It's a little small.
Okay, that would be Nidhogg, Nithoch.
Okay.
Would be spelled almost like pronounced almost the same, but would look very different. Also, like look a little strange. I would offer that as a nugget.
I like that. And we're a little strange, so that works.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'll type that in the chat as well, so people in the chat know.
There was a Luu, Luu. Then
Lou. Okay. Let me check. Lou. Okay, we got Lou.
and then what did we say that the Mecha grandma was? It was
We had Edith, Mariam,
Aura.
Marian and Aura.
Midorian.
Mariorith?
Mariorith. I kind of like that.
Okay, Mariorith with TH in the end.
Yes.
Okay, and double R. Mariorith.
Perfect.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. There we go.
And let's see what else we've got cooking here.
Orochi. Also interesting. Okay.
Nithok.
Nithok was the one
Oh,
that
that's you. I got it. Sorry. I was like, hey, this dude guy's really smart. He's got some good ideas out there. Orochi. We've also got chat. I mean, chat.
Chat. Indiana,
Right.
no. We are not naming it Indiana. I'm sorry. Utah would be fine, but Indiana, no.
And it's like Lou, Luu, sir. So that, excuse me, that's an extensive list. Maybe let's do a little trim. Read those off in order because they're
Okay.
sorry, it's so small we can't see them.
Please don't die on stream. I don't know how to stop it.
I inhaled some dust or something.
Okay, that's that.
Xerxes is a thing already. Isn't this a thing already?
Xerxes was the what's the ancient no, it was a king of. Oh my God!
Xerxes the
Xerxes,
pharaoh?
like one of the the god kings back in Spartan times. But
Yes.
I think from
the golden. The one
I think the golden god king. I don't know the country where he originated from because I'm an historical idiot, but somebody in chat will probably know and go like, "Oh God, how don't you know?"
Yeah.
That's a historical figure. But so we have Altanen, we have Zenido,
Yep.
we have Ashagar, we have Nidhogg, we have or Nithhogg, depending on how you want to spell it.
Did you say Frohawk?
No, Throwhawk. No, Nithhogg.
Oh, they said Frohawk.
Throwhawk. No, that maybe we add that. But we have Lou, we have Mariorith, and we have Orochi. Persia. That was the word. Thank you, Stan. I mean, not the word, the country. Persia. That was where
That was
Xerxes
it.
came
Yeah.
from.
Nate suggests
Jesus.
Indiana, but we say no to that. Thank you, Nate, for sharing. We could call it Stan, says Nate.
Stan! Exclamation point.
Yeah, well, that's Stan's brand,
That's true, but now it's a world.
No, exactly. And you got to scream the name of it every time.
Yep.
Okay, so maybe, I wonder if we do this. Now, I love a poll, and I love a group contribution. I wonder if we shouldn't have one, just to spice things up a bit, that says, I'd like you to try again.
Ooh, okay, yes. And in the end, that's the name of the world. We'll call it I'd like you to try again.
But, technically, no. But the idea that someone could choose that would force us to brainstorm a whole new group.
Okay, I'll call it I'd like to provide different answers.
Yeah. Or how about I'd like you to try again?
I'd like you to try again? Okay.
Yeah. Just so that the people know that, we're starting over, because the majority of people thought that we could probably do better. Which I'm fine with, personally.
Okay, I'd like you to try again. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 options, and the scrap it all and redo. So 8 in total. Is that fine with you, or do you want more or less?
It honestly feels a little long. I mean, I think more like 5, but how about we do that? Let's just go with the flow, and we'll see kind of how people approach this. And we'll keep it just to honor the chat, but I think in the future we definitely, are going to want to make sure that we've got 3 choices or 5 choices, but not, 8 is a lot.
I mean, we have the first 3 are from Tempo, so I would say we maybe take Tempo. You decide, please, which one of the 3, Altanen, Zenido, and Ajagar, is your fave, and that one we keep, and the others we strip out.
Yeah, I like it.
So let's see what Tempo says.
Was that?
Let's see what Tempo says.
Yeah. Not there yet. Try again. Velvantus. Orochi and okay.
And those are your faves, or those are the ones you want stripped? Good. Because we need to we need to have one fave. My one is here.
And then, the other thing as well is that, let me know when I get that link. Oh, you're talking about the link to, and did you send that to me on, did you say Discord, friend? I'm a little worried about running any program on my current situation, primarily just because the internet is not Strokenberg. Nate, you're going to give me a rage stroke. But yeah, so I think as it relates to names, I think we're good. And if you think you got a suggestion that you want to see, considered for a future voting activity, then you better go over there and vote for. I think you can do better.
Definitely. And also we need like a bunch of people to vote on these, because if we keep all of those, I mean, then it could happen that everybody votes for one of these things, and then we have no decision. So I will also ask on Discord itself for people to vote there. So
Shadowcat, what program is the PDF being distributed? Like, are you doing it with? Is it in Discord, or? I'm trying to preserve my bandwidth just in case. Chinese spine cream. Let's see.
He loves you.
Suffering from Strokenberg. Try new spine cream. Indeed. We really should challenge some folks to a fake sponsor reading, and then listen to them live here on Thursday.
That's a good idea.
I think it'd be super fun. Okay, so we did start a little late. Thank you, Internet. And specifically CenturyLink. But, well, here, why don't we do this? We've got the spaces, with the space set up. We'll have a complimentary space in the think tank as well.
Yes.
And
Please do not forget the think tank. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll cross that bridge in the future. For now, let's get everybody into the grad and voting on the name of this planet. And then the other thing that we can do as well is let's prognosticate what we may want people to do for our next third stage. Maybe think of something creative, come back with something, or what have you. What are some? Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, please.
No, I mean, do you have a certain like mythological area that you want solved, where you actually have like a couple questions that we could just throw into the ether?
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, well, how about this? Maybe we ask those questions. Do you think that should we flesh out more of the spiritual pantheon of gods and deities and things? Should we? What are some areas that we should uncover a little bit more? That it could be we could spend some time working on the various shadowy organizations that are presuming they know the thing. We could also spend some time getting out the shepherds and talking about what a little bit more about what they look, how do they dress? Are they just little naked dragon people? How are they? Do they express a gender, or are they gender neutral? Are they there are a lot of interesting things we can cover there, but that's just one important, albeit but also just one group. We've also got plenty of NPCs that live in the cities that are, whether they are participating as, good citizens in the regular yearly event that siphons off their life force, or are they a merchant? Is there, I feel like there's some interesting things that we can kind of tackle next, not the least of which a bestiary. Maybe we ask, how for polls in Discord, can there be just an open-ended, like, what should we focus on next? And then they can type in sort of freeform, or is it all choose?
The polls are all choose from the options. There's no free form, here's my answer thing, like on Google Forms or something would be. But we have the channel for particularly that. So if you go to the Hall of the Arbiters forum and go to the sub-channel Third Stage Building on the Slumberer's Burden, then just tell us about this.
Throw
your opinions there.
Throw your vote in for where you'd like us to explore next.
Exactly, and we'll read through that and see what you want, and we'll gauge a direction from the amount of people who are engaging there. Otherwise, we will make up stuff on our own, which is also possible. But we want you involved. That's why we're doing all of this.
The idea here is that we are working together on this stuff. But okay, hold on. This is great.
Okay, Tempo just said that Ajagar is definitely a name you don't see or hear often. I agree, and that's why I will cut Altonen and Zenido out and keep Ajagar as Tempo's submission in it. Okay?
That's great.
If Tempo is fine with this, I just need a thumbs up in the chat, and then I will go to the delete button for the others.
Lovely. And I have got something that I'm going to share. And Please. How do I want to do this? Okay, let's do it like this. I might bump you from just a moment as I
shove me off my lovely throne.
Yes. This is fun. Okay, hang on. One second. Where did it go?
Oh, I see what's going on. I just looked in the chat.
Yes, that's right.
I see what will happen.
For those of you who might not be entirely in the know, we do an event, for as long as I've known Stan, what Stan will do is say in chat, whether it's Mutants Masterminds Monday or Thursday, and we get, Stan is of course a celebrated professional cartoonist. He's an illustrator and has a lot of programs going on over on his YouTube, which are like, creative drawing. I think you do one tonight, right, Stan? Am I right about that? A sort of improv creation, sort of working with the audience to draw something fun, and then he'll draw something for us, and he did deliver. Let me show you what that is. I'm gonna do this.
A soothing breath weapon. Like fresh baked bread in a rose garden.
Just delicious. Mesmerizing, no doubt. But if you missed it on some of our past streams, I will hold on one second while I get there. I'll show you some of the others. Now, this was, I think, a version of our little lizard guys, I think, because we were talking about not wanting to create.
Ewoks. Yeah.
Yeah, they're cute, but they're not Ewoks. But I love those. I say, old dude, yub yub, yub yub, indeed.
They are quite sophisticated.
It's weird, but I like it. This, of course, reference to our floaty farty little friends.
Tardigrades. The tardigrades. Yeah.
The tardigrade.
They're so cute. I want them in the. I want them.
I just want to squeeze one.
Yeah.
Until it farts and blows itself out the window. Let's see here. This is okay. We talked about this. This is a little throwback to our dragon dudes when we were talking about the ore that keeps that might block the dragon's psychic intrusions or something. But here they are munching down, or a version of them as it comes from Stan's brain. And let's see, is that it? Is that all we got? What's the next one? Oh,
I want to say together.
Together. Lovely. Thank you, Stan, for sharing today's little bon mot, which is I always thought it was bon mot because
bon mot. Okay,
but somebody said actually a French person said that to me. I've spent a little time in Paris, but then I heard Steve Kenson say bon mot, and I was like, "What are you talking about, bon mot?" Always fun to give your friends the business when you're the one that's the dummy.
Calling it bon mot like an idiot.
Oh, you're dumb. The French would hate your guts. Turns out I was wrong. Let's see.
It happens. I'm wrong all the time.
Yeah, so Stan says tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific, which is a couple hours from now, you can join him over on a link that I'm going to drop, but it's Stan's YouTube channel.
Yes.
StanX. I'm going to drop the link anyway.
Tempo. You go to the Grad and you will search for the community polls channel, and there you will find it. In case if you're on the Grad and you're not seeing the channels we talk about, if you scroll all the way up, I'll do that right now here so you can see it. There's a channels and roles section up above. You click that, and there you can firstly decide on a bunch of roles that you can give yourself, that what you're interested in and all that stuff. But there's also a browse channels section. And if you go there, you can click on all the channels inside of the Grad and decide which one you want to see and which one you don't want to see. Also, you can just scroll all the way down, I think, and there should be a follow everything button somewhere. Let me check. Oh yeah. If you right click on the channels and roles section and just click on show all channels, then everything will be shown. That can be shown to you. And otherwise you can select what you want to see. So it happens sometimes if we create a new channel that you weren't opted in because it didn't exist yet, but you were on the server already, then it might not be updated into the list. So do that, and you might see the channel then. And there you will find the thing, the poll, and then you can do things to it, like click it and
vote.
love it, and vote.
Yeah, click it and love it. For those of you following along, listen, Stan's a buddy. Stan's been hanging out with us from the moment we kicked off our streams. I even do a regular podcast with Stan all about sumo. So listen, I love the guy, and I know you do as well. So head on over to his YouTube channel and just subscribe.
Yes.
Click on the bell so you get a notification every time he does something fun, because he's always doing something fun. The other thing that he does is a series where he talks to people who worked at Wizards of the Coast, and then he traps them in a dungeon. And he's like that little clown puppet, not Saw, the one that's like, you have a key in your stomach, you have to dig it out, or you won't escape. Jigsaw.
Right.
Oh, this might be very uniquely, or at least mostly American, but yeah. So much like it's like an escape room, but much more. The stakes are much higher, and he interviews them. They talk about they reminisce about sort of the past, talk about the history at Wizards of the Coast and various development opportunities and foibles and adventures, and if they Stan says what? And if they pass the test, then they get out without losing a limb or something else. It's just the kind of thing that Stan brings to the world. It's a unique approach to entertainment. Really, it's actually edutainment.
How lovely.
But jokes aside, that's his 50 years in the dungeon. Stan, I think the name of it is called, but you'll see it at that link and you'll be able to subscribe. And what a way to get in deep on sort of the things that occurred back in the day to make all of the things that we see now, come to life. Really interesting historical stuff. I promise nobody's hurt in the making of the program. Oh, that's right. I've been on there too. That's true. You have had other luminaries like myself or Chris Pramus or Steve Kenson. And, at least maybe Kenson and
deep
Pramus have a reflection of past to look at that specifically ties in or dovetails with some of the Dungeons and Dragons crew, and all I've got is my charm and my wit. So check it out. It's well worth it. We enjoy it, and we enjoy Stan as well. Yes. That's my okay. Let me check that off. Stan pitch done. We are. I'm
sorry.
Hold on. Yep. We're 20 minutes after the end of our program.
No.
I know, right? What are we gonna do? It only matters in that the time between the show's end and office hour begins is like my dinner time and my so
you can shift the office hours a couple minutes. That's fine.
Of course, what I'm talking about is the fact that office hours is when you get to hang out with me and a bunch of other really cool cats, and we talk about it all, don't we? I mean, it really is a little bit of everything. But if you have an idea, or you're a streamer, or you have an activity, or you really, maybe I forgot something and you're like, listen, Hewitt, I need you to finish this, or you just want to come hang out and listen. We've had Stan hanging out with us. It looks like Shadowcat says, I can't see community polls, although I can see all.
That's interesting.
It's not Pennywise, Nate.
Let me check. You know what? I will do a thing. Shadowcat, if you give me your Discord name, is it just Shadowcat on Discord as well? Then I will ping you inside that channel just to see if that gets to you.
I think on Discord it's Sunshine Cat.
Sunshine Cat? Okay, let me see.
I'm joking. Yeah. That's a lie.
Oh, Shadow Cat? Is this one? I'm not sure. I'll wait for her to for
Yeah,
them
yeah.
to,
Oh, so
to,
is
to
there-
before
is
I
there-
ping anyone.
Yeah, is there a Shadowcat in?
No,
channel?
not directly. It differs to another name then, but it could
Yeah.
be that. I just
We'll
want to make sure.
figure it out for sure. Okay, my friend. Now, you looked as though you might have wanted to add something to the
Oh
dialogue.
yeah, I just wanted to say one thing before we close out.
Yeah.
Darina was right. Okay, I'll ping you in a moment.
Awesome.
There's the camera. I'll ping you in a moment. I don't
Love it.
mind me being a silly bum. How about? Do you have a preference and would like to make a vote? So we have the first vote on stream.
So do you think we want to have the folks vote on this on stream, or a different?
Oh no! I mean, I would like you to choose the name that you like the most and place the vote right now in your Discord, so that we can see it.
Yes. I feel like we've made it this far. Clearly, my machine is still connected to the internet, so, let's risk it. No risk, no reward.
No risk, no reward.
No risk, no reward. Community polls, I see it. Dear Arbiters, I love that. I'm looking at the list. And Orochi. I really like the notion of Mariorith. Mariorith?
Mariorith is my fave as well.
I love it. I just think it's really sweet, and it's sort of just kind of developed out of something,
Okay. I will put my vote on Mariorith as well, but that doesn't say anything because there are more people than us two. So I will put my vote on Mariorith and vote. And then we see there is a vote for Ashigar and 2 votes for Mariorith.
Lovely. And now we await everybody, and you can change your vote as many times as you like. Now, do we want to put a pretty tight deadline on this, or do we want to say do it before next Thursday, or do it over the weekend, or what do we think?
I put in 6 days. I think I can edit that if we had to, but it should end basically while we are streaming. So the big reveal will happen while we have the next show.
Now, listen, friends, you will have 6 days. You can change your votes as many times as you like, but you know what a real arbiter would do is share the vote with everybody. Go out there and say, listen, we need you to vote. Go vote on the name. It's very important. A world depends on it.
Exactly. The dum-dums chose Mariorith. Don't let that happen.
Yeah. Right? A world hangs in the balance. So do that for me, friends. And of course, listen, I know that, Thursday, we get a more condensed crowd of super fans, of people that are just in it to win it. All of the stuff. But I'll tell you, the best people to hear from when you're like, I wonder what kind of stream I want to watch, or what kind of game I want to play, or who I want to hang out with for an hour or more on a Thursday, would be people who know what they're talking about. And your recommendations really encourage people to get engaged and do the thing. And maybe just maybe your recommendation of this stream tips the balance, and we get a new friend who wants to engage and also help us build this battle map turned absolutely grossly over featured setting, which I think is we've got settings and adventures, and we've got a bestiary, and we wouldn't have any of that if it weren't for our friends in chat. So invite friends to come hang out with us. Make sure that you're liking and subscribing. It's very interesting when we look at our YouTube stats that there are a lot of return viewers, a lot of people who engage that aren't following. And I promise we're not noisy. We're not like those other channels.
We're really not.
We're really not. And we don't make a noise unless it's important. And you know me, I'm a very serious person. So
There came a vote. We got a vote for Lou. And
Oh.
another one. And another 2 ones for Mariorith.
aye, nice. I love
see
it.
we have a hot contender there.
Thank you, Tempo. I love that.
Awesome. I can
You know,
delete-
absolutely. You know, and Stan really kind of ties it up in a bow here. And begin an age of joy and enlightenment for the next 1,000 years. Or
At least.
cozy on up into the mouth of the dragon. But anyway, I chat. Thank you again, as always, for being just perfectly the perfect amount of irritating and brilliant. Brilliantating is what I call it. You're very brilliantating. The best Thursday agents known, well trained, and just weird enough. Want to encourage you to join us next Thursday. We're going to be doing a lot. We are actually going to be talking about some stuff that you will have guided us. We'll pick a topic as it relates to sort of the community of arbiters and their thoughts and hopes and dreams. There are endless opportunities for us to go in several different directions. But big thank you, Stan. Big thank you to Duke. How much fun do we have? This is just a blast.
Yes, it was fun. I'm so happy that this is working out well and people are coming in there. It's great.
Yeah, really good time. Always is. I want to remind everybody that you're going to want to join the Atomic Think Tank. It is basically the place where you can connect. It's our hub of community topics that span our entire library, from mutants and masterminds to the 5th season. I mean, like, we've got so much going on that and you're invited to hang out. Speaking of hanging out, in just mere moments, we'll say a half hour and maybe 10 or so minutes, because I need to eat something. And for some reason, I'm just getting struck by like some kind of an allergy attack. But 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, you'll go to the think tank, atomicthinktank.com. You'll look at our events. You'll see Getting Tanked with Troy. It's my office hours. You'll click the Zoom link, and I will let you in, and we will have an uproarious time. And don't forget to join the grad if you're watching this on demand. Get yourself on over there, and join in the fun. And that, my friends, is that. Thank you for everything again. We will see you come Monday for Mutants and Masterminds Monday, and then of course Thursday for Third Stage. Thank you again, everyone, and have a great rest of your week. Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a good time. Bye-bye.
Have a really bad time. Bye.